What do you think, first off, hot?
Hey, number one, I hate frog legs.
Yeah, of course. Who would like frog legs?
I don't. That takes you out of the running for me right there if you're eating frog legs.
Well, he didn't exactly give a glowing, hey, man, I shouldn't have said what I said. He said I was also, he said he's had increasing hope that Trump is the man who can lead us. Does that sound like a guy that's on board?
Well, you got to look at it this way. Trump's going to have to get people in his circle that were not with him because most people weren't with him. Mitt Romney was probably his largest critic, gave like an hour-long speech of why the guy sucks. And Trump said he sucks. So here's the deal. Politics is a lot like all-star wrestling. There's some theater to it. If he does pick Romney, I think he's a capable man. I think he would be a good Secretary of State. I can understand why people in the Trump world are upset about picking him, given some of the things he said. But Trump's got to govern the nation, and quite frankly, there are a lot of people out there that were against Trump that need to be helpful to Trump, and I'll try to be helpful where I can. So, like every other political figure, once you win, you try to build a team, like, team of rivals. That's what Lincoln did.
But Senator, you'd be the first to say that your Secretary of State should mirror your beliefs, and the guy or the people that mirror his beliefs is really somebody like Mayor Giuliani and Ambassador Bolton, correct? Would they be better picks in your mind?
Well, let me tell you about John Bolton. I'm a big John Bolton fan. I'm in charge of the State Department's budget. I've got like 5 people that work for me. I don't have enough people to go in and turn the State Department upside down. John Bolton knows where the bodies are buried at the State Department. We need to make it easier to fire people. We need to make it a more efficient place. I think John Bolton sees the world for what it is, not what it, people want it to be. So I'm a big John Bolton fan. Rudy, I've known Rudy for 20 years. Rudy's loyal to a fault, quite frankly. But he's smart as hell. He's a man of the world, so I'm very high on both of those two. I think they would serve the president well. They were in the trenches with him during this fight. But I understand why you'd want to look at a guy like Romney. He's very talented. It'd be a signal to the country that the campaign's over. I'm going to bring somebody in who wasn't with me, and we're going to try to, form a foreign policy together where I listen to him, he listens to me. It's up to President-elect Trump to do it. Those are the ways you can do it. But if you pick Giuliani or Bolton, they'd get confirmed. Democrats would go crazy. But it's that's all theater too. Both of them are very qualified.
Right. Senator Bob Corker also up for the job. Cut 11.
So again, I'm here. There are discussions underway about other things. Again, this is a decision that he needs to make. The Secretary of State's role is so important to a president. He needs to choose someone that he's very comfortable with.
And he's got to feel good about Corker because Corker was there early. He was chairman of Foreign Relations, but a lot of people are upset, including me, that he allowed President Obama to jam through the Iranian deal with I guess, without getting the 2/3 vote.
Okay, here's the deal. Number one, it wasn't a treaty. I don't care what people say on your show. I don't agree that it was a treaty under the law. Condoleezza Rice and everybody else who follows this stuff for a living. So it was a legislative act, not a treaty requiring 2/3. So I completely disagree with people who said this agreement should be treated like a treaty. Under the law, that's not right. Number two, he got 60 votes to go to final passage. You need Democrats to get to final passage. I am okay with what Bob Corker did to have a passage vote, a final passage on the Iran nuclear agreement. Now we know who was for it and who's against it. Most Democrats were for it. It's been a lousy deal. My number one goal is to give President-elect Trump leverage with the Iranians. I'm going to introduce legislation next year that would impose sanctions on the Iranian regime, not based on the nuclear deal, their compliance with it, but based on their behavior of test-firing missiles in violation of UN resolutions and creating holy hell in the Mideast. I'm going to create sanctions that will punish Iran for their behavior outside the nuclear program, which would give President-elect Trump, soon-to-be President Trump, some leverage to get a better deal.
Very interesting, because we do know that
I like Corker. I think Corker's a good guy. Getting a vote on the Iranian nuclear deal was an accomplishment. I don't care what anybody else says. It was an accomplishment.
But you didn't have the majority, right? There were more Democrats. You had Chuck Schumer and Senator Menendez voted against the deal. So you actually had a majority of people voted against the deal.
Yeah, but you need 60 votes under the Senate rule to make something like that law. We didn't get 60. We got 5 or 6 Democrats. We got a majority. And that's the way the legislative process works. Since World War II, the Democrats have had a president and control of Congress 11 times. Republicans have had, I think, control of Congress and the president 4 times.
Right.
I'm not about to change the 60-vote rule because that's just not good for the country. Having said that, we have an opportunity here to pass new sanctions to give this new president leverage to get a better deal. And I like what Trump is saying about Cuba. He should set aside everything Obama's done unless the Castro regime, Raul Castro, actually delivers something good for the people.
Right. Or you just wait for him to die, which hopefully will be soon. Senator, do you regret going against Donald Trump?
No.
Even though he won?
No. I mean, I'm glad I ran for president. He won, I lost. I'm glad I did it. I got to talk about things important to me. I wish I'd have won. He beat me. I'm going to try to help him where I can.
Right.
I don't mind criticizing him. I don't mind him criticizing me. If you're not willing to lose, you're not going to be very effective. Those people who never want to take a risk are not going to be able to do a whole lot in politics. I ran. People weren't buying what I was selling. I was selling a very forward-leaning foreign policy. You got to work with Democrats. You're not going to save the country from financial ruin just, talking past each other. I was viewed as an establishment guy, and, people weren't buying what I'm selling. They bought what Trump was selling. He's now president of the United States. I want to help him, give him leverage with the Iranians. I think he's playing Cuba absolutely perfect. And, where I can help him, I will. And if I can, I can.
Right. Very interesting. I wouldn't be surprised to get another call because he also made up with Mike Bloomberg yesterday. So why not call 1-800-LINDSEY-GRAHAM? Senator Graham, thanks so much.
Thanks, Brian. Take care.
We come back.